All right, this time I'm gonna talk about my experience at Equinox. Last time I talked about Blink and the YMHA. Just as a funny side note, for reference, my personal training career began as soon as Trump was elected, pretty much. I remember it. I was playing Destiny with the boys. It was like, how late was it? 1 a.m. or something? The votes were coming in. And no matter what political spectrum you're on, everyone thought that Hillary was going to win over Trump, right? So we were playing. We are like, oh my God, Trump is winning. Holy fuck. And then I think the next week I started working at Blink. So from there, that's where my career basically began, like right there. So anyway, did all that Blink stuff, right? Like I mentioned last time, YMHA stuff. Then went to Equinox, which is, if you don't know, is a very bougie gym. They have spas, saunas. You know, it's a gym for rich people as well. And being in New York City, that was interesting as well. Yeah, I will say off the bat, I did see some celebrities. I saw The Rock in person. I saw Kevin Hart in person, who is even shorter than you think he is, but he's also like pretty freaking jacked. Saw Anderson Cooper, Neil Patrick Harris. God, I, I'll get to. God, I hope I remember this. Okay, let me real quick. This is way later, but I trained. Oh God, she's such a bitch. She actually got banned from our gym. She got banned from her gym because she was just intolerable. It was crazy. I hope I don't get sued for that. It was a joke, actually. Faye Dunaway. I meant Faye Dunna here. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Lawyer man. It's a joke. This is parody. So when I got to Equinox, they really emphasized growth and learning, which I really appreciated because, like I told you, at Blink, I was stupid. So at Equinox, they have you go through courses, workshops, like you need to keep your job and also to progress. They have tiers, right? So tier one, two, three, three plus, and then X, I think, unless they change that. Maybe there's a tier four now. I don't know. But you learn all this stuff, and it is so incredibly helpful. One of the best things to improve your confidence and write better programming for your clients and have clients want to work with you is knowing what the hell you're talking about. So when you learn more, you know what you're talking about. So your words have conviction and backing behind them, and people are like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Let's do this. Still wasn't a great salesman though, because I just couldn't. I couldn't go all the way with some of those tactics. If you know a lot about sales, you know that they kind of. I don't want to say all salesmen are scummy people, but the whole point of sales is to kind of get under a person's skin, find out what they want, and then kind of emotionally get them to pay you so you can, you know, give them what they want. That's kind of what it is. So it is what it is. The good thing about that is when you do actually find out what they want, you can tailor that more towards. You can tailor their goals towards that, or that towards their goals, whatever. For example, if I think I used this example before, the real thing, a lot of people, oh, I want to be fit, why, blah, 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 to be a better parent. Play with my kids. Cool. You bend over a lot as a child, as a parent to pick up your child. You know, that means you have to have a strong posterior chain, that kind of stuff. So it does help in that sense. But what they want you to do there is say, hey, this person really wants to do this for their kids, you know? You gotta say, hey, man, you want to be around for your kids, right? You want to be alive, right? You don't want to die, right? So give me a lot of money, and then yeah, you'll live to play with your kids, that kind of thing. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but they kind of want you to do that kind of shit, and I can't do that. So yeah, I just kind of went through the system, tier 1, tier 2, almost got to tier 3 before I left Equinox. What happened was there was a client that last minute had to change their schedule, and that just really killed the requirements to reach tier 3, which is, I think you have to reach a certain amount of sessions in certain consecutive weeks or something. So that killed it, and then yeah, the momentum, it was a little tough. So I was tier 2 up to the end. The other advantage I mentioned at Blink was that working at a gym meant you have access to a gym. This is like it's so much it's so much better at Equinox. The gyms Equinox owns are awesome. They're so clean. They have so much stuff. They have all this space. It's really awesome. And when you're there, you have all this time to better yourself and just speak with coworkers who are very, very intelligent. It's just a great, great place to grow as a trainer, because all the people who are like tier 3, tier X, tier 3 plus, they are smart. They know exactly what they're talking about. And they're really busy, which is why they're at the tier that they're at. But if you can speak with them, my goodness, you can get so much information. It's crazy. So if you ever work with a top trainer at Equinox, tier 3 plus, tier X, they are good. They are very good. They're also very expensive. A tier 1, when I did it, they definitely raised prices. But when I was there, tier 1, $110 per hour. Fuck. So tier 3 plus, I think, was $140 an hour. It's like, wow. It's kind of a lot. That's kind of why only rich people go there. But good God, man. And the trainers only get about 1/4 of that. They get more of a percentage as it gets higher, but it's still I think the highest it ever gets is like 50, which is annoying. So just have more clients, I guess. I don't know. They had a pool as well. That was pretty awesome. And all the equipment was super, super beneficial for you to not only better yourself, but to kind of work out something that you're basically to experiment with the clients you have. You're like, oh, I want to try this with this client. Let me try it and actually do it and see the logistics of it, and pretend, oh, it's busy this day, let's change. You have time and space to practice, right? And when I mention time, I also want to give a shout out to the complete garbage shit ass schedule that trainers have. How do people afford these expensive training packages? They have a job, which means 9 to 5. Not many people are at the gym. What does that mean? You have to work before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. usually. That means your schedule fucking sucks. So either you go home midday, come back, so you have like 2 small shifts a day, or you just stay there the whole day, work out, eat, whatever. Your whole life is at the gym, pretty much. And that's what the managers kind of want you to do. They want you to spend your whole life at the gym. They say as much, saying, hey, if you want to grow your business, you got to be here, walk around, walk the floor, talk to people. Okay. You want me to live here. So you want me to put in like 14 hours to make whatever hours of wage. Okay. That's kind of dumb. Anyway, the reason I left Equinox was because they were getting pushier and pushier with me trying to sell people, and just getting a little. I thought I was doing pretty decently, and I was, but they were like, "Hey, sell more." I'm like, "You're annoying. I'm gonna go now," and so I left. So I'll get into the last part. It's not gonna be much longer than this.